Hey Dad, I hope you're doing well. I wanted to talk to you about what went down last night when I introduced you and Mom to my fiancé.
I'm glad you messaged me, Katie. I have some things I need to address with you too.
If it's okay, I'd like to go first.
Alright.
I noticed you were very hostile and negative the whole evening, especially towards Darren and I. I want to know what the problem was. Do you not approve of Darren?
Katie, I love you and only want the very best for you, but since you asked, no, I don't approve of Darren.
I understand that you may have some reservations, but can you please tell me why? I know I'm your little girl, but Darren has been nothing but kind and caring towards me. He treats me like a princess.
Well, for one, I've observed some things about Darren that worry me. He doesn't seem to have a stable job, and I'm concerned about your financial security. Marriage is a partnership, and it's essential to have stability and security in your life.
Money isn't everything. You of all people should know that. You married for love, and not money. I'm happy. Isn't that enough for you?
I understand you're happy, Katie, but as your father, I have certain worries. There are other things about Darren that make me question whether he's the right person for you.
Well, what are they? I value your opinion, Dad, but I also believe that love should be about the connection between two people. You can't just base your opinion of Darren on what he earns.
I have my reasons, okay? I don't give you my blessing to marry that man, and that's the end of it.
Are you serious? You can't outright rule him out. Last night was the first time you met him. Maybe you just need to give him some time to warm up to him.
I don't need time, Katie. My decision is final.
I can't believe you're being like this.
I told you. I'm just looking out for what's best for you, and what's best for you is not him.
I know I said I appreciate your opinion, but the way you're acting right now about this whole situation is ridiculous. You can't stop me from marrying Darren.
I will not allow you to marry that man, Katie, whether you like it or not. I'm your father, and I will have the final say.
You can't control my life. I tried to have a decent conversation with you, but you just ruined it.
If you won't listen to me and end this relationship, I'll just have to cut you off.
Really, Dad? Are you resorting to threats now?
It's not a threat, Katie. It's a promise. Not only will I remove you from mine and your mother's wills, but I'll also go to Darren and make sure he never wants to see you again.
Okay, so you are threatening to cut me off and beat up Darren if I don't break up my relationship with him?
If that's what I have to do to get you two to call off this ridiculous engagement, then that's what I will do. So to make it easy for all of us, just end things with him. He's not right for you. You just need to trust me and my judgment.
You're the last person I feel I can trust right now, especially after what you just said to me.
I'm sorry, Katie, but I'll do what I must.
I can't believe you, Dad. Darren told me you showed up at his work today and started threatening him.
Katie, please.
And when he wouldn't fall victim to your threats, you tried to bribe him to leave me.
You don't understand, Katie. You cannot marry Darren. I told you I won't allow it, and I'll do everything in my power to keep this from happening.
Dad, you've taken this too far. You can't just show up at our places of work. You could have gotten him fired.
That's the least of my worries.
What is it about Darren that you don't like? Tell me. Is it because you feel threatened by him? Do you feel like you're gonna lose me to him? What?
Oh, for the love of God, Katie. For once in your life, just do what I ask without question.
Not this time, Dad. I need a good reason for you to be so adamant about breaking up my relationship.
Fine, but you have to swear to not tell your mother.
What?
If I tell you this, you need to promise me that you'll never repeat this information to your mom. She can never know.
What can be so terrible about Darren that you don't even want Mom to know?
Darren is your half-brother.
Seriously, Dad, just tell me the truth.
That's the dead honest truth, Katie. I'm Darren's father.
But that's not possible. He can't be my brother. You've been with Mom since before I was born.
There was a short period of time just before you were conceived when I was unfaithful to your mother. During that time, I got the other woman pregnant, and Darren is the result of that affair.
No, that can't be right. You would have told me if I had a brother.
I've kept this secret for many years because I never wanted your mother to find out that I was unfaithful to her. I had a moment of weakness and have regretted it ever since then.
If this is your idea of a good excuse to get me to break up with Darren, it's a bit far-fetched.
I wish this was an excuse, Katie, but I'm telling you the truth.
I can't believe this! How could you keep such a big secret from Mom and me for so many years? And why have you never tried to get in touch with Darren?
I never wanted a child with anyone but your mother. I tried to get Darren's mother to have an abortion, but she refused. So I refused to have anything to do with her or the child.
I don't know what to say.
All I ask is that you do not tell your mother about this, please. End the relationship with Darren and go your separate ways.
Of course I'm gonna tell Mom. You can't expect me to keep this filthy secret of yours.
Katie, please, I'll do anything for you not to tell your mother. Name your price.
Are you trying to bribe me for my silence?
If that's what I have to do, then yes. What's your silence worth? 100,000? 200,000?
Dad, just stop. This isn't gonna work.
500,000. I'll wire it to you right now. You cannot tell your mother about this.
Alright, fine. Hey, Mom, do you have a moment to talk? Of course, Katie. Is everything okay? You sound quite serious. Is everything alright between you and Darren? Well, it's about Dad, actually. I found out something recently, and I think you deserve to know the truth. It does sort of involve Darren, too. Oh, goodness! What is it, sweetheart? You know you can tell me anything. Before I start, I want you to know that I love you so much, Mom. You've always been there for me, and I can't stand keeping this secret from you any longer. What secret? Dad had an affair before I was born. What? Are you sure about this, Katie? How did you find this out? Well, he actually told me about it just now, so the information came straight from the source. I can't believe this. Why would Dad keep this from me all these years? I don't know, Mom. His excuse was that he didn't want to ruin your marriage, but that's not all. When I confronted Dad about it, he tried to bribe me into not telling you. He said it was in the past and that it would only cause pain if he found out. He said it was a moment of weakness and that he regrets it. I can't believe he would try to keep something like this from me, let alone bribe you into silence. I deserve to know the truth, no matter how painful it is. Thank you, Katie, for being honest with me. You're welcome, Mom. I couldn't bear the thought of keeping this from you. You deserve transparency and honesty, especially from Dad. I'm so proud of you for having the courage to tell me the truth. That's not all, though. What else could there be? Darren is the result of that affair. You must be joking. I wish I was. It's the reason Dad has been so against me being engaged to him, because he's actually my half-brother. This is too much. I can't believe your father has caused so much trouble in our lives with one simple lie. I know. He really has complicated everything. What are you gonna do? Well, obviously, I have to break things off with Darren. I can't marry my brother. Absolutely you can't. And I'm furious that your father has kept this secret from me for all these years. I think I'm gonna file for a divorce. Oh, really? I have to. I can't trust him. Who knows what else he's been keeping from me? I guess you're right. I want nothing more to do with him. I can't believe he's lied to us for so long. If we meant anything to him, he would have told us the truth years ago. You're absolutely right. I'm disgusted with him and don't see myself giving him the time of day after this.
Hey honey, is everything okay? I haven't heard from you in the last few days.
Actually, no, things aren't okay.
What's the matter?
We can't continue our relationship.
What? Why? Have I done something wrong?
Well, no, it's nothing you've done. It's something that was really out of our control.
Well, what is it? Tell me how I can fix things.
There's no way of fixing things, Darren. Our relationship is wrong, and we need to end it. I can't have anything more to do with you.
Katie, what's going on? We're engaged. Now you just want nothing to do with me? What happened?
I don't know how to tell you this.
Tell me what?
We're half-siblings.
What?
We share a father.
What do you mean we share a father?
My dad, Patrick, had an affair many years ago, and you're the result of that affair.
That's not right.
Unfortunately, it is. So, what we've been doing is so wrong on so many levels, and I can't stand to be reminded of it, which is why I can't have any more contact with you.
But how did you find out about this?
My dad confessed to everything. He knew you were his child, which is why he was so against us being together. And knowing the truth now, I don't blame him for how he reacted to the news.
I can't believe he knew about me and never did anything about it. I grew up without a father, but he knew about me all along.
I don't know what else to tell you, but I think this needs to be the end of our communication. The situation is much too awkward.
Katie, I can't believe you've done this to me, my own daughter. I told you that you couldn't tell your mother, but not only did you tell her everything, you also told Darren.
What did you expect me to do? Just end my relationship out of the blue and leave Darren with no explanation? And of course I had to tell Mom. You've been lying to us all for so many years. It's only right that everyone knows the truth.
You've ruined everything for me. Just as I predicted, your mother has decided to end our marriage. And if that wasn't bad enough, Darren and his mother are now trying to sue me for the years of maintenance I missed while he was growing up.
I'm sorry, Dad, but you deserve everything that's coming to you. You're the one that got us all into this horrible mess. And to be honest with you, I also have no ambition to have anything more to do with you.
What? But you're my daughter.
Exactly. I'm your daughter, and Mom was your wife. You should have never lied to us in the first place. In keeping such a major secret for so many years, how are we ever supposed to trust you again?
You're leaving me with nothing. After all this is over, I won't have a cent to my name.
And you're leaving two broken families to try and heal from the horrible consequences of your actions. Hi, sweetheart. I know you don't like talking about this, but the divorce between your father and me was finalized today. I didn't really need to hear that, Mom. I'm still trying to heal from everything that's happened. I know, but there's a reason I haven't brought it up. What's that? I got a payout, and I want you to have half of it. I believe your father owes you, of all people, for his actions. Wow, Mom, really? Yes, I want you to use it to give yourself a fresh start. If that means traveling or moving away, I want you to do what will bring you happiness back into your life. Thanks, Mom. I really appreciate this. Mom, you won't believe what I just read in an article. Yes. Darren knew that I was his half-sister, but he got into a relationship with me anyway. What? What article did you read to find this out? He spoke to some reporter outside of the courthouse when he appeared against Dad. He told them the whole story about his plan to get close to me and Dad, to admit that he was actually his father. So he knew this whole time and was only using me. Disgusting. I can't believe how people could be so disturbed and go to such ends to get a bit of money. In the article, he confessed that he was only doing this so that he and his mother could find some grounds to sue Dad for abandoning them all those years ago. I can't believe it either. It's so crazy. Like something you would see in a movie. Not expect to be living. Darren obviously didn't think I'd see this news report. Why else would he be so open about his malicious plan? Maybe he just likes the publicity? Well, he's gonna get a ton more publicity when I sue him for incest. Really? Is that what you're gonna do? Yes, I'm gonna use the money you gave me from the divorce to hire the best lawyer money can buy. I can't just let Darren get away with this. He used me and knowingly committed incest. I want revenge. And you deserve it. After all you've been put through, I'll stand by your side through the whole thing, sweetie. You have my support, and we will take Darren down. I agree, he can't just get away with this crime. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate your support, and I'll really need it to get through all of this. Anytime, my darling. I'll always be here for you. I never spoke to my father again, even though he's tried to reach out to me several times. After being betrayed by him and going through such a traumatic ordeal, I decided it'd be in my best interest to just cut all ties with him. After a grueling case, Darren was charged with incest thanks to my amazing lawyer. After spending so much time with him, I started to fall in love, and we've been dating for a few weeks. As for my mother, she's doing well. She decided to use the remaining money she got from her divorce to go on a well-deserved vacation on the beach.